Okay, so we're beginning in the semi-supine position with our knees bent, our feet on the floor, shoulder blades broad, the centre of your head onto your head support or your mat or even a book, and bring your hands to rest onto your abdomen. Having the heels of the hands on your floating ribs and the middle fingers towards the centre of the body. Starting to feel the breath. Just feel the movement of the breath under your hands. No need to change anything. Just noticing the breath. And then bring your awareness to the breath at the tip of the nostrils. Feeling the breath flowing in and out. Noticing the temperature of the breath and comparing the inhale to the exhale. Allowing the breath to be smooth and slow. And get into a nice rhythm of breathing. Letting your arms come down by your side with the palms down. Move the arms with the breath. So on the inhale, the arms float up and over behind, touching down behind at the end of the inhale. And on the exhale, they float back down by your sides. Keeping your shoulders and elbows nice and soft as you continue to breathe like this. Arms floating. And just keep that going for a moment. Looks like we're all okay. And the next time your arms come down by your sides, allow them to stay there. And we'll inhale. On the exhale, bring your right thigh over the body, holding onto the shin, stretching your left leg away. You can either have the leg along the floor or you can have it slightly lifted. Inhale and compress the right thigh in towards your body. And on the exhale, swap the legs. And again, deciding whether you want your right leg to be on the floor or slightly lifted. On the inhale, compress the left thigh in towards the body. And as you exhale, change. Swapping on your next exhale. Compressing on the inhale. And then the next time that your right thigh comes over the body, let's just keep it here for a moment this time. So we'll do a few breaths with our right thigh over the body. Extending through the heel of the left leg, having it ever so slightly lifted off of the floor and breathing. And the next time that you exhale, change. And again, holding, compressing that left thigh in, lifting the right leg slightly off of the floor, extending through the heel, slow breaths. And then bring your right thigh over your body. Give them both a good hug, making little circles with the knees, massaging along the spine as you circle the knees. Go back the other way. And come to the middle, giving the knees a hug. Inhale. On the exhale, engage the pelvic floor, chin to the chest, forehead to the knees, snuggle up into a little ball. Shoulder blades sliding down towards the waist and relaxed. If your neck doesn't like this, place your head down with a long neck. And then inhale, release the head, feeling the back of the skull placing down, lengthening the neck. Taking your knees wider, just give them a good hug in and have a little rock from side to side. And then back to the middle. Slide your hands down the inside of the calf muscles. Hold on to the big toes or to the balls of the feet. Lift your feet up towards the ceiling, having your knees wider than your armpits, and drawing your feet back as if they're going back behind you. You get a stretch into the belly of the hamstring. So we'll have a little rock from side to side. Coming back to the middle, just letting the thighs rest in towards the rib cage as much as you can, drawing the feet back behind. Slow breaths. And then release the heels towards the bottom. Bring your knees back over your body and hold on behind the thighs. We'll let our knees lift up over our hip joints. Inhale. And as you exhale, stretch your right leg up straight, extending through the heel. It doesn't matter if your knee is now not directly above your hip, just wherever it can be straight. And then let the foot drop down, and on your next inhale, stretch the leg up into the air. And in fact, it doesn't really matter about the breathing so much. We're just going to stretch one leg up, extend through the heel, and then bend it, and stretch the other leg up, extend through the heel. So a bit more of a moving stretch for your hamstrings rather than the hold. So keep that going, just extending through the heel as you get up there. Leg straight, hold it for a moment, and then bend and swap. Couple more. Once you've done your left leg, let both knees rest down over the body for a moment. Then we're going to take our legs up into the air, give them a shake. Like you're doing, well, I'm doing a very dodgy version of freestyle kick here. But just flopping the ankles, letting your knees and legs be floppy and jiggly. Give them a good shake. And then relax, bend the knees back over the body, take your feet down to the floor, knees and ankles together, making fists by the side of the hips, and inhale. On the exhale, widen the knees, letting the soles of the feet come towards each other, and using the fists if you need to support the outside of the thighs. And if not, you can let your palms open and face up. So we're not forcing anything here, we're just letting the knees be heavy. But if you want a tiny bit more of a stretch, you can place your hands onto your inner thighs where it feels comfortable without pushing. Just the weight of those hands will help to increase the stretch. Nice long, slow breaths. And then release and come back up to center with the legs. We're going to interlace our hands underneath our head, letting the head come down. All right, so we'll inhale and let the elbows come up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, the head's heavy. We're taking the knees towards the thighs. So now you really want to let the weight of your head rest into your hands. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. On an exhale, you might like to try and take your elbows closer to your thighs. And then relax into it. And again, head heavy. Breathe into the space between the shoulder blades. And then inhale, releasing the head down, widening the elbows, and then releasing the hands. Take your arms out to the side at 90 degrees to the body with the palms up. Let's take our knees and ankles together. Inhale. And on the exhale, keeping the knees and ankles together, we'll let our legs rock towards the right. So you'll go up onto the side of the right foot. And then inhale, roll back to the center. Try and get your rib cage down first. And then exhale, rock your legs towards the left, turning your head towards the right. So rib cage comes down first, which means you're working through the core. So each time you exhale, your legs rock out to the side, your head turns in the opposite direction. And as you inhale, you're returning to the center. Just keep this going nice and slowly with control. And then the next time that your legs return from the center, to the center from the left, step your feet wider, about as wide as your yoga mat, and then start that movement again. This time obviously with the legs wider. So we'll just get a bit of a different stretch. Moving the head in the opposite direction to your knees. Continuing the movements with the breath. As you exhale, they go out to the side. And as you inhale, they're coming back to the center. And then the next time that your legs return from the left, coming back to the center, holding it there, stepping your feet back in line with your hip joints and bringing your arms down by the sides. Okay. So let's place the heels of the hands on the frontal hip bones with the middle fingers towards the pubic bone, making sure that your shoulder blades are broad and that your neck is long, and you're feeling that your feet are in a comfortable position for you. Inhale, let your tailbone ease away and create a bit of extra space under your lower back. On the exhale, flatten the back, engage the pelvic floor, draw the stomach muscles towards the spine. Inhale, tilt the tailbone away, create that extra bit of space. And then exhale, flatten and engage. Let's stay here for a moment. We're going to now move into a pelvic clock. So with your back flat, this would be the 12 o'clock point. Start to move the weight around towards the left, so the weight's more towards your, your left hip, and then roll it down towards the tailbone, so you've got that space under your lower back, which is 6 o'clock, moving back towards the right hip, which is 9 o'clock, and then flattening until you get back to your 12 o'clock. So let's keep on going with this now, just a different way to move the spine, helping to lubricate some of those little joints, get some movement into them. And then once you come back to your 12 o'clock, go in the other direction. So go anti-clockwise towards the right first, and then circling around, feeling the weight changing. And then the next time that you come back to your 12 o'clock, just hold it there. And then on an inhale, return to a neutral spine. With a slight space under the lower back. Take your arms down by your side. We're going to now move into some flowing bridges, and then we will hold the bridge. So make sure your neck is long, that you don't have any head supports under your head. Shoulder blades are broad. The feet are hip distance apart. Your ankles should be underneath your knees in line with your hip joints. And then we will prepare to begin. Inhale. On the exhale, flatten the back, engage the pelvic floor, and then start to peel your spine off of the mat one vertebra at a time until you come up onto your shoulder blades or shoulders. Chin is towards the chest, long neck. Inhale, let your spine come down one vertebra at a time as your arms float up and over behind. When you get all the way down, do a little pelvic tilt. And then exhale, flatten the spine, engage the pelvic floor, start to peel the spine off of the mat as the arms come back down by your sides. Long neck, broad shoulder blades. Inhale, the spine's coming down as the arms float up and over behind. A little bit of a tilt at the tailbone. And then another flow as you exhale. The spine rises up into the bridge as the arms come back down by the sides. And we're going to hold here. So feeling your feet engaged, a little tightening of the buttocks muscles, a lifting of the pelvic floor. The neck is nice and long. Focus on your breath now. And you could do some Kegels exercises whilst you're here. Engaging the pelvic floor, strengthening, building endurance. Long, slow breaths. And then on the inhale, you come up onto your toes, let your arms come up and over behind. Releasing the spine in 3 breaths. So on the exhale, we will let the top third of the spine come down to the mat and then hold on the inhale. The next breath out, we'll bring the middle third of the spine down. Inhale and hold. And then on the last exhale, the whole spine comes down. Let your legs slide away long. Keep your arms up and over behind. Let your elbows be soft and just take a moment to relax here. Couple of breaths. And then as you inhale, stretch from your left heel through to your right fingers, stretching all the way across the body. And on the exhale, soften and release. On the next inhale, stretch from your right heel through to your left fingers. Exhale, release. And the next inhale, you stretch from both heels to all the fingertips, letting the chin come in towards the throat, keeping the neck nice and long, big stretch. And then on the exhale, release and let your arms come back down by your sides. Bending the knees, semi-supine. We'll roll onto our side and use our hands to come to a seated position. Okay, so in your seated position, you could take something to sit on, a little cushion or a book, just lifting the hips up a little. And then we'll bring our hands to our heart center. And we'll do some stretches for the chest and shoulders. So as you inhale, interlace your fingers and then let your elbows widen. On the exhale, press the palms forward, chin towards the chest, round out between the shoulder blades. As you inhale, scoop your palms up towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, release in a big circle, interlacing your hands behind your body. On the inhale, roll the shoulders back, press the knuckles down, just let your head relax. And then on the exhale, big circle, all the way around, your arms are out straight in front and then back towards the heart. Interlace your fingers the other way so that the other index finger is in front. Inhale, widen. Exhale, press the palms forward, chin towards the chest, round out the spine. Inhale, scooping up towards the ceiling. Exhale, big circle. Interlace the fingers behind. Roll the shoulders back as you inhale, press the knuckles down. And then exhale, big circle, palms together to the heart. Let your arms come down by your sides. So you'll have your hands out to the sides with your fingers on the floor. Now when we do this next one, it's important to try and keep your sit bones down onto the floor evenly because you'll get a better stretch then. Okay, so let's take our right hand and turn the palm up, and as you inhale, bring it up, and then as you exhale, let the fingers of your left hand come down, or the palm, and stretch over to the left. Inhale, come up and change the hands, and then exhale, stretch over to the right. Inhale, change. Exhale, stretch over. You can look up past the inner upper arm if you like. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, stretch to the side. Inhale, come up. Actually, let's just hold it here. Let our arms come down. If you have your legs crossed, cross them the other way. If you don't, then I imagine that they would be even. All right, so take the arms out to the side, fingers down. Right hand lifts as we inhale, keeping that right sit bone down, and exhale, arch over to the side. This time we're just going to hold for a couple of breaths. So let the shoulder blade be sliding down towards your waist, stretching out through the fingers, making sure that right sit bone is down. Breathe into the right side of your rib cage. And then inhale, come up, change the arms, and exhale to the other side. Keeping your left sit bone down, stretching the fingers out, breathing into the left side of the body. And if you want to, you can look up towards the ceiling past the inner left upper arm. And then inhale, come up and release. Okay, so now we're going to do, I can't even remember what it's called honestly, so we'll just do it and hopefully I'll be able to get my rights and lefts right. So let's take the right leg out at sort of around about, well, just out to the left, the right a little bit, and bring your left foot in towards your right thigh. So we're sitting up tall, hands to the heart, and we'll inhale a big circle. Turn towards your left thigh, hands to either side on the floor, and then exhale, fold your body down over the thigh. Now your right hip can lift here. And then we're going to let it come down and inhale, big circle with the arms as we come up. Turn further over the left leg, put your hands to the outside, and then bend those elbows and exhale and let your forehead come towards the mat or the floor. Inhale, come up, big circle with the arms. Hinging from your hips, you're going to turn towards your right leg and exhale, fold over the leg, bring your hands down onto your calf muscle or your shin, and then let the chin drop towards the chest, and we'll hold it here for a couple of breaths. And now inhale, slide up, long spine, bring the arms up in a big circle again. Turn your chest towards your left thigh, bring your right hand onto your left thigh, and then even twist around towards the left a little bit further. Extend through the heel of your right foot and inhale, stretch up through the left fingers. And this time as we exhale, we're going to take our left fingers towards our right toes and again stretching along the side. And then inhale, come up, place that left hand down behind, come up onto your right foot, swing your arm in front of your ear and have a big long stretch along the right side of your body. So you're stretching from the outside of the right foot through to the right fingers. And then inhale, bring yourself down onto your cushion. Make a big circle with the arms to finish, palms together and to the heart. Lovely. Let's change legs and adjust the cushion if you need to. Okay, so hands to the heart center. Inhale a big circle. Your arms are up above your shoulders. Turn towards the right thigh, hands to either side on the floor. Exhale, bend your elbows, take your chest towards your thigh, forehead towards the floor. Inhale, come up, big circle. Turn further over your right leg, hands to the outside, and exhale, bend your elbows, fold over. Inhale, come up, big circle, chest towards the left thigh. As you exhale, hinge forward with your hips, bring your hands down onto your shin, and then let your chin drop towards your chest. Breathe. Inhale a big circle. Okay, so we're going to turn the chest towards the right thigh, bringing your left hand onto your right thigh. Rotate around a little bit more towards the right, extending through the left heel. Inhale, stretch up through the right fingers, and then exhale, arching over, bringing your fingers towards your toes. A side stretch. And then inhale, come up, place your right hand down, Come up onto the left foot. Swing your arm in front of your face, up near your ear, and have a big, long stretch along the side of the body. And then release, bringing yourself back down onto your cushion. Inhale a big circle, palms together to the heart. And then bring your hands down. Bending your knees, taking your hands back, having a little rock from side to side with the legs. Probably coming off your cushion. Okay, so we will sit onto the cushion or onto the floor if you feel that you're quite flexible. And now we will take our, bend the left knee and place your left foot over the top of your right leg. Okay. We're going to take our right arm out to the side, have an inhale, and on the exhale, give that leg a good hug. So what we want is the elbow, if we can, to be wrapped around the knee. So the right elbow around your left knee. And then on the inhale, you're going to sit yourself up and probably lift the foot and take your thigh in towards your body a little bit more. So you should be feeling a stretch in the right side of the buttocks and hip area. Now you might like to do a little twist and turn yourself towards the left a little bit more. That may or may not work for you. You might also like to try and draw your left knee towards your right shoulder a little more to increase the stretch. Nice long breaths. And then release, letting that foot come down, straightening the leg out. Give your legs a little jiggle, a little pump. Sitting up tall, step your right foot over the top, making sure that your sit bones are on the floor. Take your left arm out to the side. Inhale. As you exhale, bring it in, give it a good hug. When you're ready to inhale again, sit yourself up tall. You should feel a stretch in the left side. So drawing that right knee towards your left shoulder, possibly twisting around towards the right a little, taking some long, slow breaths, enjoying the stretch. And then release. Straighten out your legs, give them a little pump. And then come over onto the hands and knees. Tuck your toes under, sit onto your heels. Stretching the feet. We love this one. All right, so we're going to come up standing. You can either hinge yourself up or you can bring your fingers down, lift your knees up, come into a little balance, and then use your thighs to stand straight up. Okay, so we're going to do a salute to the sun. It's a bit hard to get onto the screen really with this. There we go. Okay, So standing up the top of your mat, have a look at your feet, see that they're underneath your hip joints, and then lengthen up your spine, letting your shoulders relax down. Feeling your feet plugged into the earth, and then turning the palms out. We'll inhale a big circle, bring the arms up above the shoulders. Exhale, sit down into your chair for the chair pose. So it can be a tall chair or a small chair. Shoulder blades are sliding down towards your waist, feeling the feet connected. The weight will probably move back towards your heels a little more. And then exhale, fold all the way down. Halfway position, hands onto the knees. We straighten the legs, straighten the spine. And then exhale, bend, fold forward, fingers out by the sides of the feet. Let's take a big step back with our right foot, letting your right knee come down. You can keep your toes tucked under if you want to. That makes it a bit more challenging, or open out the ankle. Inhale up onto the fingers, lengthening the spine, and then exhale, lunging your hips forward. Placing the fingers, the palms down onto the floor and come into your plank. So either a big plank or a little plank. Strong core, pelvic floor engaged, heels pressing away. Broad shoulder blades, long neck. On the exhale, you can either let your knees come down first and then take your whole body down to the mat. And we'll inhale into a little cobra. So we raise the head, slide the chin forward, using your back muscles to bring yourself up into a little arch. Breathing. And then exhale, releasing down. Inhale, press up onto the hands and knees. And back into child's pose. Hips over the heels. Inhale, coming up onto all fours, turning the palms out slightly, tucking your toes, broad shoulder blades. Inhale, lift the knees, belly onto the thighs. Stretch up with the tailbone, straighten the legs as best you can, and then heels come towards the mat. Broad shoulder blades. Let's walk the dog, straighten one leg and then the other. Adding a stretch into the calf muscle. Come back to an even dog. Today we're going to walk our hands back towards our feet. So we're at the far end of the mat, and then bring your elbows onto your knees. Then let your body hang forward. Hands onto the shins. Inhale to halfway. Straighten legs, straighten spine. Exhale, fold all the way down. Big circle with the arms as we come up to standing, and as we come up, we're going to balance up onto our toes, keeping the arms up above the shoulders. Have a little balance. And then exhale, let your heels come down, let your arms come down by your sides. And as you walk up to the top of the mat, roll your shoulders. Do a real groovy walk up to the end, and then roll them the other way. And then reset ready for the left side. The spine is long, your feet are connected. Turning the palms out, inhale, bring the arms up above the shoulders. Relax the shoulder blades down and then exhale, sit into your chair. Breathe, drawing the stomach muscles gently towards the spine. And then exhale, fold all the way forward. Hands onto the shins. Inhale, halfway, straighten legs and spine. And then exhale, fold forward. Fingers out by the sides of the feet, big step back with the left foot, left knee comes down. Then deciding if the toes stay tucked or you're opening your ankle. Inhale up onto the fingers, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lunge the hips. Taking your palms down, plank. Strong plank. Breathing. And then releasing the body down to the mat. This time, let's interlace our hands over our bottoms. And on the inhale, we're going to raise the head, slide the chin forward, roll the shoulders back, press your knuckles down towards your feet. Opening up the front of the body, also strengthening along the spine. Gently pressing your shins in towards the mat, continuing to breathe. And then exhale, come down, bringing your hands back under your shoulders, elbows snuggled into the rib cage. Inhale up onto all fours. Widen your knees, big toes together, exhale back into child's pose. Inhale up onto all fours, bring your knees back underneath your hips. Hands turning out a touch, toes tucked under. Lift your knees, belly onto your thighs. Your arms and ears are in line with each other. Inhale up onto the toes, straighten the legs, stretch the tailbone along the spine. And then exhale, heels towards the mat. Stay here for a few breaths. And then bending your knees, walking your feet back, letting your hands back towards your feet. Forward fold. Hands onto the shins, inhale to halfway. Exhale, fold down. And then inhale, the big circle will come up to standing again, up onto the toes for a little balance. And exhale, let the heels come down, palms together, hands to your heart center. And we're going to close our eyes and do 3 rounds of heaven and earth breath. So we'll inhale from above the crown of the head to the heart center where your thumb is resting at your chest. And then exhale from the heart down to the earth. Inhale from the earth to the heart center. And exhale from the heart to the heavens. So that's one round. Do 2 more in your own time with your own rhythm. Once you finish those breaths, just let your arms relax down. And then we're going to move into an inverted posture of whatever description you can do. So if you have a bolster, you'll go into the inverted posture using the bolster. If you don't have a bolster but you have a wall nearby, you can get yourself close to the wall, get your bottom really close to the wall and then bring your legs up the wall. And if not, and you have a lounge or a chair nearby, you're going to lay down in front of that and have your calf muscles on the spot that you normally would be seated. Oh, excuse me. So coming into your inverted posture, letting your arms be relaxed as possible, really letting the weight of the legs be heavy. And we'll practice our 1 to 10 breath here. So inhale on the odd numbers and exhale on the even numbers. All the way from 1 to 10. And if you make it all the way to 10, start again at 1. If your mind starts to wander once you realise, just go back to 1 and start all over again. Taking 3 more breaths. And once you're done, bending your knees back towards your body. If you were legs up the wall or on a chair, then just roll onto your side. For the people over a bolster, let your feet come down. Rest in a supported semi-supine. And then everyone bring yourself up to a seated position. Bending your knees, hugging them and letting your forehead drop towards the knees. All right, and then we'll come up to seated. And please take yourselves back into a posture for relaxation. So it may be that you lay on your mat with a head support. You might have your bolster under your knees or a pillow under your knees. Just making yourself as comfortable as you can. So feeling your spine's long, everything's relaxed. You can either have your hands resting onto your belly or your arms a little away with the palms up. Bringing your awareness to the breath at the tip of your nostrils. Feeling the touch and the temperature of the breath. Feeling sensations in the palms of the hands. Feel your heart beating in your chest. And feel the little pulsing throughout the whole body. So we're going to take a little journey of awareness around the body. As the body parts are mentioned, become aware of them and allow them to relax entirely. So we'll start with the right hand side of the body, the right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth and fifth. The whole right side of the body relaxed. To the left, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, foot, big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth. The whole left side of your body. Awareness with the tips of all of the toes, soles of the feet, heels, back of the legs, buttocks, lower back, mid-back, upper back, shoulder blades, neck, scalp, forehead, eyebrows, eyes, nose, cheeks, ears, jaw, mouth, chin, throat, collarbones, chest, abdomen, pelvis, thighs, knees, shins, feet, tips of toes. The whole body relaxed. Whole body relaxed. Feeling your breath, allowing your breath to deepen. Feel the back of your body laying on the mat, supported by the floor and supports. Feel the front of your body, texture of clothes against your skin, temperature of the air on your exposed skin. Let your head gently ease from side to side. And then run your tongue over your teeth. Give your fingers and toes a little wriggle. circling the ankles and the wrists. Move your body however you feel like you want to move, and then finish off with a big long stretch and a yawn. And once you're done, roll onto your right side, snuggle up for a moment. Make a little list of 3 things that you're grateful for. And also something that you acknowledge yourself for, bringing the gratefulness back to you. And then when you're ready, bring yourself up to a seated position. Finishing off with the loving kindness prayer. So hands to the heart center. Let's inhale a big circle, palms together to the crown of the head. May we be filled with loving kindness. To the eyebrow center, may we be well. To the throat, may we be peaceful and at ease in our lives. And to the heart, may we be happy. Namaste. Thank you all for coming. Have a lovely day.